Recording. Oh no, it stopped recording. Okay, now it's definitely going to record. Cool. We have Queen Larissa and Melody. Just 1 minute. So,
Yeah, we got a Colin. You know the new guy is Colin.
Brother Shingi, yeah.
Yes. He went upstairs. He's coming now.
Cool. And I think that's the beauty of this group, Larissa. I'm doing this for the recording purposes, is that we have security colleagues, we have cleaning colleagues, we got our, us lot, like me and Brion, the professional services. We got, obviously Jim, our chair. I think he's the only professor. Oh my God, I've never met Miguel. Wow, this is so exciting. And then we got, Professor Jim, our wonderful chair and my mentor. And yeah, fine, brother. This is it, Muslim power. Brother Bunja is going off to pray. Is it Maghrib, Brother Bunja? Yeah, okay. See you. Come back, inshallah, when you're finished. Wow. And then Dr. Peaks is a computer scientist person. Miguel, hello. Hola.
Hello.
May we see your face? So are you a student officer as well? You recognize Larissa, Queen Larissa, we've decided to call her. She's loving it. She's loving all the attention and adoration. So which student officer are you, Miguel? Which student? You're on mute for it. Yeah. Which one are you from?
Sorry, I didn't really get. Could you ask again? Sorry.
Which student union are you from?
Oh, University of Manchester.
Wow, with Melody, cool. And Melody's general secretary. That's like the top lady, isn't it? I like that. I like the humility. And Miguel, what's your role?
Education.
Education. Okay, I feel kind of like a bit selfish to be asking you a question. I feel like maybe Brion should take control. But I guess my question was to Larissa. Like, tell us about your, experience of racism. I suppose that was my question. Like,
Yeah, I mean, in terms of racism and the way that it functioned at universities, it was very self-evident to me. Like, I don't know, from just hitting university, how...
Brother Akish, do you mind muting yourself? Too much interference. But feel free to, interrupt and speak.
I'm really sorry.
No, please don't be sorry. We're just so happy. A big leader is in the house. Brother Akish was responsible for King's in-house of the security team. That is big deal because Brother Akish, yeah, but sorry, I'm not a chair. That's why we have Jim. We'll go back to Larissa.
But no, yeah, it's just, and I think it was so overwhelming that like the way that racism experienced by students and staff on the ground is so visible, like, and it's so like it's infused into everything, like every single day. And I feel like that was what propelled me to get involved with the anti-racism society, like that my SU had when I was a student, and I ended up becoming president of the Anti-Racism Society. And we did research into like what Black and brown students on campus were experiencing, and everything from like mental health experiencing like no counselors of color to overt racism that was happening in the classroom, beyond the classroom, like all of this stuff that was happening. We had really high profile cases where a student who profane language, the N-word, was written on a banana of a Black student, and that student was told to move and was asked to pay to move as well. So we had all of this going on at the time, and we had to like respond quite quickly, and we had protests, and we had all of this going on. But then it was also like, how do we harness this energy that we have as kind of an enraged student population into like transformative change? And so it was about, for us, it was like, how do we keep people coming back to the anti-racism society? How do we keep the political education? How do we keep all of this stuff going? So that it's not just like, oh, I have to accept that racism is happening all the time.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's why I got more involved in my SU. I was the education officer, and I set up the Warwick Decolonise project, um, which was really about addressing racism in a kind of systemic way, looking at like the curriculum, looking at contracts and like who is being paid on our campuses and who isn't, and who is being so it's really interesting to have folks who have been involved in those fights in other places on the call.
And
But then equally trying to think about like the impact of the institution beyond the four walls of it in a kind of sense. And like particularly I was studying at Warwick, and Coventry is a very black, very brown, like like the area is not reflected on the campus. And so thinking about things like gentrification and displacement of marginalized peoples because of the impact of the university. So really trying to get into all of, it's just so